I can't help you. We wore the wrong shoes to a monster truck rally. The key word I heard was try. What do we mean try?
Well, no, it did float.
It did float. Yeah, come on! KW makes the perfect suspension for every demand. Find them in the description below. What's up, people? Today it's time for Casey's 80s Garage, only we are not at my garage. We are at the International Monster Truck Hall of Fame in Butler, Indiana. Yes, which is a really cool place that I found the other day driving home from somewhere in Indiana relating to racing, and I decided not to take the interstate. I wanted to take the country roads back home, and I happened upon something awesome from my childhood in the 80s, which are old school monster trucks. And today, they're having a rally, which is sweet. Walk in, you get your tickets like a fair. Now, unfortunately, it rained quite a lot. Excuse me. It rained quite a lot last night, so it's a muddy mess, and you're not gonna get the same performance out of the trucks as if it was a little drier, but it's still gonna be a blast and a lot of fun for the fans. Everybody's here, you got music playing, you got food, you got merchandise with all the teams, and of course you got trucks. The fun thing about it is it represents newer trucks and older trucks.
5 minutes and counting, folks. 5 minutes.
So basically we got this stuff with the tube frames and the engines in the back for balance, but you're gonna have better performance jumping, going over cars and speed. But of course we got the true old school monster trucks, and we have to take a moment to salute my wife, who's being a very nice camera person and has a slightly grumpy face because her shoes are getting muddy. Sweetie, I can't help you. We wore the wrong shoes to a monster truck rally. I'm used to road racing, it's pavement, what are you gonna do? So anyway, so here it is. So you come on and you got tube frame trucks, but as you go back, you got some old school ones too, which I'm really excited about. And of course in the museum, you got a bunch of the really cool stuff I remember from when I was a kid in the 80s. And it's just a lot of fun. So right now, they're killing the music and they're getting ready to send the trucks out. But the thing that I really like about this, that's enjoyable, is one, you're in Indiana, just down home, Midwest America, where everybody's at. And this doesn't get publicized because ESPN started to suck after the early 90s and late 80s when everything awesome was on Saturday morning. You know what I'm talking about? Remember Bill Dance kissing Bass before he threw him back into water? And you had hydroplane and swamp buggy racing? Let's bring that back. Well, that's what I'm trying to do today. But anyway, you got an awesome crowd. Yes! Everybody's bringing the whole family out. You got lawn chairs, you got food, you got drinks. And you got little kids playing with little monster trucks. I mean, how fun is that? But what's really cool about this as well, not only do they have nobody hassling them to do cool stuff, they got some great farmland out here that they're able to convert into the track permanently here at the museum, which is really awesome that they have an awesome base for monster trucks. And obviously you got the new stuff that tours like Monster Jam and whatnot, but this is old school. This is the way it was that I remember when I was a kid in the 80s. So even though you got some newer trucks that are tube frames with the engines in the back, they're mid-engine, like Reptoid here, Avenger, etc., you got the old school stuff, which quite frankly, I really kind of want to get into monster trucks. That may have to happen. Comment below if you want to see it, but here's the track. They got you got little jumps out here. They're gonna do wheelie contests, you're gonna have stuff for younger people, obviously car crushing, and it's gonna be a good time. I gotta find a place to sit. Yeah, come on! Woo! Damn. So right now they're doing the finals on the drag race thing, and the people here is Overboard and Miss Overboard, which is a husband and wife team. It's pretty damn cool. So let's run down and see this. The girls won.
Yep, that's right, girl power.
All right, you guys, so that is a bunch of the racing and freestyle action. I got more coming up. Going in the museum with some surprise guests. Yes. All right, you guys, that was the end of the rally here at the International Monster Truck Hall of Fame Museum. I'm really excited. Made some new friends here. I got Mike Nickel and Charlie Pauken, who are some OGs that have been doing this forever. And I want to give a preference. We're going to do this. So there's a license plate here. When this man decided he wasn't sure if he wanted to stay on this plane of existence anymore, which we're going to get on. And this guy over here did, so you all know Whistling Diesel putting his monster truck in the water, and you're all excited because that was really cool. Yeah, it was, but how many years did you beat him by trying to float your monster truck? When did you do that?
When did I do it? 86.
1986?
Yeah, 1986.
1986. Okay, so I'm going to start right here. So what's your deal? What truck you run? Why are you a thing here?
Well, I created Excalibur.
Yeah, which is a sweet truck. I'm going to show you guys some pictures on the way. What year was that when you first started running it?
1984 we started building it, and we started campaigning it in 1985. It took us about a year to get it done.
Nice.
And it's because we didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we built it in a one-car garage with a 7-foot garage door. So we had to build it in stages and then pull it out in the spring and put it together like a puzzle.
Yeah, I like that. Now, you built a second one with a way more complex and sophisticated frame and suspension. What was that?
When we built the first one, we got used to winning quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, as time went by, that wasn't happening so much, and we didn't like it. So we said we have to build a lighter, faster truck. So then, when did we build that?
1989.
89. So we built a 10,000-pound race truck, and he still owns it.
You still got it.
And we're going to put it back together, and it's going to be here in the museum in the future.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if I introduced you properly. Charlie Pauken, yeah?
That's correct.
Now, you have been around for, when did you first start driving getting this?
I've been doing this for 34 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your first ride? What was your first, was it Excalibur?
It was driving Excalibur. Basically, these guys were building a truck in their backyard, and I was still, at the time, when they were doing that, I had a paper route. I was still delivering papers. I'd ride by, and it's like, these guys are building this thing in town in their backyard. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like, and then, so he's like, hey, come out, you might check it out. It's like,
yeah, for sure.
Well, as things went on, they got this thing going. Well, the thing was, he tried to float it. In the quarry. Yeah.
It was in the quarry?
In the quarry, yeah.
The key word I heard was try. What do we mean try?
Well, no, it did float.
It did float.
It
It
just floated
floated
upside down.
It sort of was right for a little bit.
And from what I hear, it was the prettiest thing that ever floated in the quarry.
I watched it do that.
So I heard about this, so I said, I got to go check it out, see what he did. And, see what he did. And so after they drug it up out of the quarry, out of the water, he comes over to me, he goes, hey, puts his hand on my shoulder, you need to come help us. You need to come help. It's like, and that's how I basically, it's all his fault because,
my fault. So when I rolled it in the quarry, he got a job.
I got a job.
All right.
Made me who I am.
That was your moment.
That was my moment. If he hadn't
awesome.
have done that, so I was like, and these guys were innovators, creators.
Yeah.
They were both from motocross, Mike Nickel and Dave Marquardt. They were both competitors, to begin with, and they combined forces and created a great truck. And I was honored to work for them. I worked for them for 7 years.
Oh yeah,
campaigning the Excalibur truck, and moved on to.
I remember watching when I was a kid, watching you guys out there. Yeah,
and so I bought it, campaigned it for another 4 years with a partner, Tim Bush. And from there, we sold everything off, and I went on to drive a gravedigger for the past 22 years.
I'll be damned. That's cool. Now, okay, when you built that, where did you live? Were you in Ohio then?
Yeah, I lived in Maumee, Ohio.
We live right next to each other, like literally across the river.
Yeah.
But I'm closer to the fort. I can go in the fort and shoot cannons. All right, so that's where you built it right there.
It was really cool because when we were building it, nobody knew what it was.
Right.
And a few people knew Bigfoot.
Yeah.
A few people.
Yeah,
And so we had to put tape up and block off things because people were just plugging the streets, plugging the alley.
Really?
Yeah, because they just wanted to watch us, and we had like a crowd around us while we were building.
What is this going on? What are you guys doing?
What are you doing? So everybody in the whole town was like, "Oh, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that?" And when we got it done, we called the Maumee, the police department. We said, we want to drive this thing across the street, across this 4-lane highway, up the road, and crush some cars for the first time. And they came out and looked at it, and they said, I'll follow you.
I did, yeah.
So they followed us over there, and we crushed some cars, and that was kind of our first experience on that.
Awesome. Well, okay. So now, were you around Mommy in Toledo then?
I was. I delivered the paper out, and and that was.
Actually, a funny story is we seen him. He was shy.
Yeah.
And he'd ride by, and we seen his bicycle,
Past tense?
and very past tense. Yeah. And we seen this bicycle, and then the next time we seen it, it was taller, and it was taller. And then all of a sudden, this bicycle's got these little wheels this big, but he's setting up this high, and we're like, "Kid, get over here! You know what are you
Everybody was
doing?"
lifting their trucks up, and I was still
So he
riding.
started lifting his bicycle up,
that's
you know,
what seemed to be
and
the
so he
craze.
started helping us around doing things. And his brother owned a welding shop, so
Yeah.
he knew about welding
All right.
and everything. So he started helping us do some fabricating and
That's
everything.
awesome.
And then I hired him when I had my little episode.
Yeah, we're flipping that over.
Corey.
Well, that's awesome, you guys. I had a really good job here today, or a really good time here today. What would you suggest people can look up relating to the museum or Excalibur, everything going on? Where would you send them?
Go to the internationalmonstertruck.org, and you can look at everything. Come here in Butler, Indiana, and see it in person. Because it's awesome. You get to see this, you get to talk to people that's been in this industry, you get to talk to old drivers, new drivers, learn a little history, and we try to preserve this history because, we started this sport and we're still kind of alive, the guys that actually started it, and that doesn't happen a lot, so, come and talk to us, and we're here. A lot of guys are up on the weekends, and you can sit down and we can talk and tell these old stories that we got tons of.
Awesome. Okay, where are you living now?
Maumee, Ohio.
Well, come on. Okay, so you guys want to come by the shop next week?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I told you
Okay.
we're gonna-
Can we get something going? I don't want to let Whistling Diesel have all the
I'm sure
fun.
we can create up something.
All right.
If Whistling Diesel sees this, I want to meet him because he put my truck in his video.
He did?
Yes.
Well, I talk crap to the YouTubers now, and then I did a video for, hey, Whistling Diesel. I did a video a while back ago on why Whistling Diesel probably can't rent a car or get a loan. And he comments on there, or something like that. What's up, dude? Anyway, we should go play with him. You can come visit the shop next week.
Oh,
Is it
definitely.
cool?
I'm in.
All right.
Sure.
Guys, that's it for now. Make sure you hit the bell and subscribe, and comment below if you want to see me do some ridiculous things. And actually, whether you comment below or not, I'm still going to do it. So see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
See you
man.
later.
That is awesome.
Yeah, well, some fun.
Awesome.
Well, a huge thank you to Crushproof Tubing Company. Since 1949 in Macomb, Ohio, they've been manufacturing custom rubber and plastic tubes for every industry imaginable. No tooling or mold costs, fast and free custom samples, and American-made quality is what sets them apart. But for me, I'm most excited about their exhaust evacuation kit. Different modular pieces and their convoluted custom hoses make it so that I can adapt any car, truck, or motorcycle with an internal combustion engine to get those exhaust gases out of my shop so I can keep working in safety and comfort. But beyond just that, they build a variety of hoses for a custom OEM world. You'll see stretchable drain tubing and bellows, as well as agriculture, medical, and military. So again, guys, Crushproof Tubing Company, crushproof.com, and go down in the description below to see where to get your free samples for industry or your exhaust tubing.